We're at Jeffries Point in East Boston, and we are going to take a walk because it's a nice day, and I just happen to be here, so I might as well do a video while I'm here. And we're going to do it live, which I never do. I never do a live video, but now that I have enough subscribers, I'm going to do a live video, which I like. I just don't really have the time to do them. So let's flip this around. And there's the sign. There is the sign. So I've got an appointment around here. This is called the Jeffries Point section of East Boston. East Boston's a peninsula, and it is right by Logan Airport. So a lot of people stay in East Boston or park their cars in East Boston while they travel, because the airport's right up the street. It's a 5-minute drive. So I do have an appointment, so I figured, well, it's a beautiful day out. I might as well do a video, and a live one, because I love live. I just never really do them because I just don't have the chance. So I've got an hour to kill, and I figured, well, now's the best chance for me to do a live video on this beautiful day. And living in Boston, Massachusetts, there's not that many nice days around this time of year. It's late October, so engine 40, this used to be the fire department, and it's not anymore. It actually looks like it's a music, some type of band's in there. A stage for musicians. So far I have nobody on the live stream, but it's okay. I'm still going to take the video. The video still counts. A lot of these old buildings have been rehabbed. As you can see here on Summer Street, but this is all the permits. All these buildings are starting to be rehabbed, which is good. I mean, these buildings are from the early 1800s to, well, mid 1800s to early 1900s, like 1903. That's when a lot of the buildings around here were built. As you can see, they use these iron rods, put them in place with a star to hold the building up. That's how they did it in the old days. So I'm going to take a quick walk, about an hour. Oh, I got a nice farm here. 294 Summer Street. I got a farm. Oh, that's nice. Let's take a look. I didn't know they had a farm here. Yeah. Nice. Tomatoes, not much growing right now because of the weather, but it's getting a little cold, I think. Not right now, but here. Yeah, it's beautiful. I like doing live videos. I just wish I had the audience. You know, if I had 50,000 subscribers, you'd have at least 400 or 500 people, just the odds. You have 400 or 500 people watching your live stream. But I think it's interesting to see what another part of the country looks like, another part of the city. You know, if you don't live in this part of the country, or you don't live in this country at all, a lot of Brazilians, a lot of Spanish-speaking people here, East Boston. I know I reiterated this once before in a former video. This used to be all Irish, then it was all Italian, and now it's all South American. Yeah, demographics change over the years. During the Great Potato Famine, the Irish came here, and they got off on the docks of East Boston. Very sunny day, very nice. It's a beautiful day out. Pretty warm too. I think it's about 63 degrees, which may not be warm if you're in Florida. But if you're in New England, specifically Boston, that's warm for us. This is for sale. You know, it's warm enough where I might have to cross the street and get in the shade. Our Lady of the Assumption, Roman Catholic Church, built in 1869, which is when a lot of these houses were built. Between 1865 and 1903, a lot of these homes were built. So this walk is gonna take about an hour. I think. So I am gonna cross the street because I'm getting hot. This is a nice dog park. Oh, we got one person. Oh, not anymore. One person went. We had one person. We had one subscriber and they just left. Oh well. You know what's interesting about these walking channels? Like I watch walking channels, and I like to see different parts of the country, or even different parts of my own city that I've never been to. So when people walk them, I think it's very interesting. Brand new building right there. They were selling that apartment at the very top for $1.3 million. Yep. 2 bedrooms, 1 bath. 1,000 square feet, 1.3 million. A lot of the decorations are for Halloween. This house is being rehabbed. When you see a sign like that, it looks like a diver down sign. Tells the fire department that nobody lives there and to not risk your life going in there trying to rescue people because it's vacant. That's actually what that means, at least in the city of Boston. I don't know if that's what it means nationally. There's a nice single-family house right in the middle of a bunch of apartments. Usually you don't get that. There's not a lot of single-family homes around here. So I'm walking at a good pace. Don't forget, I have the Buy Me a Coffee. If you go to my description page on my channel, Buy Me a Coffee, you can leave $1. Not that $1 is going to buy you a coffee anymore. All right, I'm going to have to go this way. On Webster Street and walk down Webster. On Webster Street, that's where John F. Kennedy's dad, Joe Kennedy Sr., was born, not born, but lived with his parents. They've since ripped that down and made it a school in 1930. Geez, I'm walking at a good pace. Oi. I don't know if they were Brazilian. They looked at, so that's why I said oi. Back in the day when I was younger, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 years of age. This right here, this area is where the gangs hung out. They had a gang here. Back then they tended to be mostly, if not all, Italian. That's not putting the Italians down, it's just the way it was back then, because this was an Italian enclave. The unfortunate part nowadays is people let their dogs run around here without a leash and end up getting bit. So you can see Logan Airport from here. Oh. That is the tower to Logan Airport. And you can see the planes taking off. It's closer than it looks. I mean, it's literally just, I could walk over there right now, the airport. Jeffries Point Yacht Club. You gotta know a few people, if you know what I mean, to get into that yacht club. That's an old boys yacht club. That's an old school yacht club right there. A lot of nice boats. A lot of them are out of the water now because winter's coming. And there you have, I believe that's the Marriott, that hotel for Logan Airport. So that's how close we are. So I very rarely go to this park. There's no dogs allowed. But it's beautiful out. It's a beautiful area. I live in Boston. I live in a beautiful area, but I like it here still. Oh, let's go down here. A little breezy, but it's warm. Where ships would come in back in the old days. You can see the old pilings in here. You can see the old docking, the old dock. And the ships would come in. Beautiful area. They have another park called Pierce Park, which most people use. They don't use this one as much. It's down the end. This is my second walk through Jeffries Point. I think I did one last year, but it's such a nice day, and we're not going to get days like this too much late October. Immigration of Boston, 19th, 20th centuries. Italy, Bush 1923, so this is 1923 right here, and this right here is this right here. Total are 1920 set limits on the number of immigrants allowed each year. Unlike now, it's just, well, now, I mean, before, just let everybody in. But even back then they had a quota, which I guess you need. But I'm not going to get into that. Proposed design, 1915. This building was completed in 1922. This was Immigration Service. That's where they were out of in Boston because there were so many immigrants. This is the immigrant home, which we'll be passing by. I can show you that. The Canard Line, which built its pier in East Boston in 1840, was the largest transatlantic shipping line in the world, as many of 4 Canard steamer ships made the weekly trip between the UK and Boston. In 1901, Boston had become the second busiest port of entry for new immigrants to the United States after New York. So we are here at the end, or towards the end, and here's the Canard Pier, which we'll be going to, and the immigrants' home, which they would stay just for a few days or a week or a month. Bye. So, see something? Say something. Okay. Yeah, I wish I had some followers. I mean, looking at this live stream, you don't know what you're missing. This is a pretty nice day, and it's a pretty good area, and you see something you haven't seen. You see a part of the country you have not lived in and probably never will. No outlet. That's a beautiful condominium right there. 2 of them. They've been a covered parking for them. So it's got to be more than one. Hi. So it's got to be more than one. I mean, these are beautiful. I have to look it up and see how much they cost. Right across the yard from the shipyard, yeah. Across the road. Nice little walk. I just ate at the chicken quesadillas at Angela's in Orient Heights. Different section of East Boston. And you can see where we just came from. That's where we just came from. So here, unless you have a boat here, it's restricted. You can't go in there. Aloe Natural. Seems like there's a different restaurant in here every month. All right. Well, considering where they are, it's hard business unless you really advertise a lot because people don't know you're down here. So, at the shipyard. And here, this little warehouse is the home of the Chowder King. So they must make chowder, clam chowder, fish chowder. So this is a nice building. Let me show you this building. It's nice. The way they painted it. It'll be green. So it's still a working shipyard. And they make beer here. Go down east. So I've been walking for 23 minutes. I had one subscriber who was on the channel watching the live stream just for a minute, which is a shame. One of these days I'll get to 40,000 subscribers and I'll have 400 or 500 people on my live stream at some point. It's Boston in the background, the city proper. This is East Boston, a peninsula. You have to go across the water to get here or under a tunnel. There's a security guy here. I don't know what he does. I mean, people are in and out of here all day long. He never does a thing. I mean, it's all right, but I'm not paying him. Just wondering what he does. Beautiful condos here. Okay, I was walking at a good pace. I'm starting to slow down a little. You can see all the boats here, all wrapped up, ready to be tucked away for the winter. Some of these boats are bigger than others, but they're all pretty nice. And then you got a hill up here where all the houses are, which are now condos. Hi. You must be in the witness protection program. So you can see all these houses here, now they're condos, are overlooking the shipyard, but you can see the water over there. So this right here, where I'm pointing, that is the Adams School. That used to be where John F. Kennedy's father, Joe Kennedy Sr., grew up. That was his house. And his dad owned some barrooms, a few barrooms. But that's, and the shipyard used to be here, only it was a working shipyard, like passenger ships, and it was huge. You know, loading, unloading ships, making sails. Because don't forget, back then it really was large. It was still largely sailboats and cutters and schooners. So it was a lot of people who got off these boats worked here. So back then, when they owned that house, it was a busy shipyard, and they sold it in 1930, and the city of Boston put the Adams School up there. Hi. Alrighty. So this is Piers Park. It's a bigger park than the other one we were at a few 10 minutes ago. So you've got no dogs, but believe me, they let dogs in here. I always see dogs in here. You're not supposed to have them in here. They do have park police here. I'm getting in better shape too. I lost some weight. I lost about 15 pounds. And I'm not huffing and puffing as much. I'm still huffing and puffing, just not as much. These are new. Yeah. Nice. Kind of quiet. Everyone's at work. Oh. And we came from that way. Know all these docks, see the old docks, the old pilings and everything. These used to be all full of schooner ships. The Canard Line, which I showed you, where they had their ships, they had 4 steamers here. So that's where the steamers will wind up here and here, and over there, which I'll also show you. So they had 2 here and they had 2 over there. And White Star Line. Canard, White Star, and a few other smaller companies. But this was a very, very busy dock back in the day. And you can see planes taking off from Logan Airport, which is just behind that brick building that we're looking at, which is the hotel, the Marriott. Well, actually, it's a Hyatt, the airport, Hyatt. It's a beautiful day out here, beautiful day. People still have their boats out. Somebody keeps peeking in and then getting off the stream, so whoever you are, I can't see who you are, but if you should stay on the stream. I think it's pretty interesting. You know? Yeah. I think East Boston's an interesting place. Ooh, I can smell marijuana. Ugh. I don't know, some people like it, I'm just not my taste. Boy, this stuff is strong. So this particular part of East Boston, Pierce Park, is called Noddle Island, N-O-D-D-L-E, Noddle Island. You can see, I guess it's kind of an island. It's got water on three sides. More of a peninsula, but you can see the city of Boston. Let me get you a bit closer. Let me see if I can zoom in, but it's not letting me. There we go. So this is State Street, Financial District. Right across here, that's a very popular spot. Everybody goes there to eat. Got legal seafoods there and a lot of other restaurants. Again, the brick building here is the Hyatt, the Airport Hyatt, because we are right by the airport. Right behind that hotel is where the runways are. And you can see the sun glistening off the water. It's a beautiful day. It's 63 or 64 degrees now. So we will start heading towards this way because I do have an appointment. In the next 20 minutes I'll have to leave. I've got to move. And you can see up here, it says Noddle Island. So that's what they call this part here, Noddle Island, where the ships used to go in to drop off the immigrants, mostly Irish and then Italian. This is the Flying Cloud, which Donald McKay, he was a big shipbuilder here, employed a lot of people. This is Donald McKay. They named a school after him, the McKay School, elementary school. And the Flying Cloud launched in 1851. But these are the type of ships they built here because they didn't have engines back then until later on. Then they had steam engines. The steam engines were so new they had steam and sail together. But they would still use sail. They only used the steam to get into the harbor. So that's the Flying Cloud. That was McKay's famous build. It was one of the fastest ships out there at the time. So you can see how blue the sky is. It's beautiful out. And they have boats here, little sailboats for the people who want to learn how to sail. I'm not sure if it costs money if you rent them, or whether if you're a resident of the city of East Boston or the city of Boston, you can use them for free. I'm not sure. And that's what this used to look like. The ships used to come right up to here, right up on this dock, and that dock right there. And that's what it used to look like back then. You can see the canal line. You can see what it used to look like. This is what it looks like now. Okay? And this is what it used to look like then. Yep. Actually, this part is further down, and we're going to go there. It's just over there across there. But here's the rest of it, where we are included. And the reason why I know this is further down is because this building is the immigration building, which is this building here. Oh, no, wait. No. This building was here. It was over there. So right there is where the canard line went. That's where where their steamers went. And this is further down. This is the immigration building. So, yeah. And they used to have a Boston, Albany, New York railroad terminal there. They used to have a railroad terminal and ships. So this was a big hub of travel. All right. So if you have any questions, anybody has any questions about the history of Boston or East Boston in particular, you want to know anything, let me know. I'm pretty well educated on Boston and specifically East Boston. You can see how nice it is out. It's a beautiful day. Not exactly sure what the yellow flag is. Right there, the yellow flag. I don't know what that means. I don't know what this building is here. Well, let me take a look. Could be anything. Oh, it's the sailing center if you want to rent a boat or learn how to sail. Now this building here is the immigrant shelter. When they get off the boats, that's where they went. And here are more docks, so you could just walk right over. And these buildings, these apartment buildings, back in the day, even my day, were all warehouses. Where they store goods that came off the ships. I'm doing a good pace, 39 minutes, and I'm already at the end of Pierce Park almost. Playground for kids. It's a nice area now, very nice. When I was a kid, I'd come down here to hide bodies. It wasn't a nice place to be. It was a tough area, but thank goodness they did something with it. Made it a very upscale area. This end, anyways. I just hope they don't. I just hope they don't drive poorer residents out. access. There is a harbor walk. You can go all the way down and around, but we're not going to do that today. That would be hours. A little windy. East Boston, very diverse area. Is, the thing is with all these apartments that are $3,000 a month for a one bedroom, they're running out the people who have been here for years. The Spanish speaking people, South Americans, they're slowly but surely pricing them out. Oh, there's the ferry. If you want to go to Boston or Hull or Cape Cod, it's the boat you take. Take it about an hour to get to the Cape. And there's one of the old-time sailing ships. In the city of Boston, right across the street, right across the way, the city. So you can either take the ferry from there to here, 5 minutes, or you can drive from here to here, but you got to go through the tunnel, which will take you, half an hour. So that ship doesn't sail anymore, but they have a restaurant there and a bar, so you can go there and sit on the deck and have a few drinks. Somebody keeps popping. One of my subscribers keeps popping in and popping out, which is okay. Luxury rentals. And this particular restaurant's called the Smoke Shop. It is a restaurant. It's all barbecue. It's pretty spicy, but I like it. It's pretty good. So we're gonna go up this way, just in case you need a bathroom. They have the El Baño here. Okay. This walk will be about 1 hour. I've slowed down a little bit. Oh, this was a nice little walk for me. I needed this. Because we're almost done. And this is where we came from. The water's right there. Well, other than one person popping their head in and out, one of my subscribers, I didn't really have anybody looking at the live stream, but that's okay. One of these days, I'll have 400, 500, 600 people watching the live stream. Yeah, they have a little market here for the people who live in the area. These are all apartments now, so they need a little corner store. So they put the corner store in here. The Clipper Ship Apartments on the wharf. Your best life on the harbor. take a tour today. And in front of us, we have the transit police. They do pretty well money-wise. They do a lot of overtime. I mean, they make a lot of money, but that's because you got to put in the hours. They don't make a big hourly wage, but just the fact of the hours they have to work. And the reason why they're here is because you have the MBTA right here, Mass Bay Transit Association, the trains, the subway. So make sure there's no crime or deterrence. Just have a cop here. Yep, they shut the fountain off. Comida. Regular comedic. So looks like they've got a little food truck there. Got your shelter here. Smell a lot of weed, a lot of alcohol. So we're gonna cross here. This is what's called Maverick. We're at Maverick Station. That's the MBTA, again, the subway. So right now this is Maverick Square. So we're leaving Maverick and going towards Jeffrey Point. Maverick, Orient Heights. What is Maverick? Maverick, or kind of. It's difficult to explain, but Maverick is up the street and connects to Jeffries Point. All right. Okay, guys, we're back. We're back where we were. If you like this video, please give it a like or subscribe, or like and subscribe. And I think this was a good walk. I liked it. And don't forget, love you guys. This has been a great day, a great walk. The sun's out. It's beautiful. If you liked this stream, you're welcome. And I want to thank you for watching. If you were the one who was poking your head out every once in a while, hello. And the people are friendly. And with that being said, we are going to go and leave you because this live stream is over. All right. Thanks, guys. Have a great day. See you on the next stream.